Antics, 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 Antics Home Show. Stay home.
Hello and welcome to the Antics Home Show.
Once again, we're coming to you live from our living room. You're not coming to us because it's not allowed right now.
Remain indoors.
Please stay indoors. Actually, no, you can go out once a day for your mandated exercise. I say mandated.
You don't have to.
Like 1984, which I don't think it is.
Anyway, on with the escapism. So we have an action-packed show. This is very much like the one show, but weirder, more alcohol. That's basically what we've done. We've sent out various antics to
segments for us.
Do some segments, some pre-recorded VTs.
Kind of gave them just like loose topics of which they could maybe cover, and they sent back in some
things. Yeah.
Interesting things, which we're going to be showing to you one by one in a magazine-style show.
Yeah, and sneak preview, we have got Fun Roz coming back in the studio later today. It's going to be great. So
Bill don't like the name Fun Roz.
We're going to have some crafting suggestions from you later on.
Fundamentally not happy with that name. I'm asked to change it to Crafting Roz, or no, wait, Roz's Craft Corner or something like that.
Just doesn't ring as well. Roz,
yes.
Have you heard the news? Actually,
yeah, I have,
actually,
before, you told me literally.
Before we do the news, I've got a glaring issue I really want to talk about.
Yeah.
Why is your B bigger than my W?
Because I'm more important. Sort of a status thing in the house.
You bought me the W.
Actually, Scott, I think you'll find what actually happened was Scott wasn't here when I was decorating the living room. He pissed off to God knows where and left me with the boxes and everything in the living room. So I decided what a living room would look like. And that's why you have a tiny W, which is not a euphemism. Just how it's got on camera. No, I didn't. Okay, on with the first segment, which is the news you were just talking about. What were you talking about?
The news of Wacker, who has moved house.
He has. Antics member Wacker has recently, or a couple of months
fairly
ago,
recently,
moved.
Embarrassingly much before lockdown, so we really should have gone to visit.
We just haven't visited him. So we actually thought, why not, get him to give us a little tour of his home. So this is what he came back with.
Antics Home Show.
Hi, I'm Wacker. Let's do a room tour. This is my coat. This is my storage closet. This is my bed. Let's see what's under it.
It's me. Antics Home Show.
Lockdown has got to some people earlier than others, I think.
You know what, though? I have always wondered what was under the bed as a child. As it turns out, yes, Wacker. It was always Wacker. If you want to try that at home, scare your family members. Actually, one time, my sister, she did this thing where she hid. So my sister likes to jump out and scare people. And she did this thing one time where I was like, got into bed, settled down, and it was a good 15 minutes. And then she suddenly popped up from the side of the bed, and my bed was like next to the wall. So she'd gotten herself wedged into the corner next to the wall just so she'd scare me. And I hadn't seen her for like half an hour. So I think she just like hid there for 45 minutes waiting for the perfect moment to jump out at me.
How did you react?
I was ready. Actually, no, I didn't even react. I literally didn't react. I just did this, which is my scared face.
You went, that was it?
Yeah.
It wasn't worth 45 minutes hiding under her bed then.
But one time she did to a friend of hers, and he punched her in the face. So there's comeuppance for you. Like, it wasn't like it was his gut reaction was to punch out because she'd scared him. And it was like, well, that's your fault for scaring him, frankly. Yeah.
Great. On with the one show.
See, they normally script these bits.
We're
just improvising.
We're learning. Next up, we asked millionaire celebrity chef James Adams to show us a recipe for our times.
We sure did.
Antics Home Show.
Now, as millionaire celebrity chef James Adams, I get asked a lot of questions about cooking. But perhaps the most common one is, how can I cook affordable restaurant quality food at home using simple ingredients from my cupboard? Well, I'm going to show you, so join me on cooking from the cupboard. Not actually cooking from in the cupboard, but cooking stuff from the cupboard. Pausing for titles. Oh, there are no titles. Right, well, a lot of you might think that cooking from home is expensive and time-consuming, but with a few little hacks, this recipe takes less than 4 hours and at a cost of less than £30 per head. So let's see what we've got. We've got the onion, we've got the garlic, some rice. Now these are all just simple ingredients everyone has lying around in their cupboards. Prime Aberdeen Angus steak, coconut, fennel, saffron, dried porcini mushrooms. Now, if you can't get porcini mushrooms, that's fine, no worries. As an alternative, I suggest that you do a different recipe. Caviar, and a bottle of vintage 1967 Chateau. So most of the time I like to start with the rice, so you don't need much rice, only about a cupful tends to do okay for 2 people. And then just to help this along, a little tip, add a little bit of salt, but not too much, otherwise you'll ruin it. But then just to add a little bit of freshness, this is where the saffron comes in. Now a little fact about it, this saffron, is that weight for weight, it actually costs more than gold. So you want to be a little bit frugal when using this. So we'll leave that to boil for about 10 to 15 minutes, which unfortunately is going to take us past the time that we have. But no worries, in the meantime you can find all my recipes in my new book, James Adam Cooking from the Cupboard. Not cooking from in the cupboard, but cooking stuff that's from the cupboard. Until next time, thank you. Right, well, anyone want McDonald's?
Antics Home Show.
Okay. Sorry, responding to some confusing hand signals from behind the studio from Ross there. I think Ross was trying to play charades with us, holding up 3 words.
He didn't say whether it was a film or a book.
7 words, 2 words. Sorry, Ross, didn't mean to call you out on live camera there. He's just sworn at me.
Okay.
Ooh, in the friends way as well. So he said that in a really, really progressive way. Yeah.
We've had a lot of chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a
lot of love for Oscar.
There's a lot of
James there.
James Adams, not
Adams,
Oscar.
Not Oscar.
A lot of love. Finally a recipe for the working man.
Days, yeah.
Apparently.
What do you know, mushrooms? Just lying around in this cupboard there, Oscar. James. Just lying around there in your cupboard, James. The millionaire chef that you are.
There's also the hashtag Scott's Tiny W, which I
I like this hashtag.
I fully object to.
I know, I like this one. I refer this one to the Thunderous hashtag. Scott's Tiny W. So there, yeah, we were inspired by James Adams' cooking segment, and we, I think we've been cooking a lot more because we haven't been allowed to go out. So we've been getting more experimental and using up literally everything and the thing in the fridge.
Experimental, but still very much using a recipe all the time. We're not deviating too much. Let's not make it look like we're proper chefs. But we've been experimenting, and we're sure
we just found out about Chipotle.
Oh yeah, have you heard about Chipotle?
It's amazing.
Let us know in the chat. It's
my 10 out of 10. It's my number 1 spice at the moment. Chipotle.
Yeah, go out and buy it.
Sponsored
by Chipotle. But I'm sure you've been out there, have been experimenting as well. We'd like you to share with us any photos you have of incredible recipes you've made during lockdown. What's the best thing you've made? Did you take a picture of it? If so, you might win, very exciting, a Antics Home Show participation badge. I think we've got a video.
Antics Home Show. Antics Home Show. Antics Home Show.
We do have a video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a participation badge for if you're participating with us tonight in the chat and on Twitch.
The best recipe we get, the best picture of a recipe you've made, will win a badge from us.
Or just your favourite meal or something you've done that's a bit more creative with your dishes recently. Have we done anything creative with our dishes? Gnocchi? We made some gnocchi.
Gnocchi had already been invented, but
but we baked it.
we baked it.
This is hella
Have you
different.
tried it? Revolution.
Whose recipe was that? Oh, it was like a one-pot pan recipe. It was great. So later on, I might go grab that book to show you because it's such a good recipe, but we'll see.
Yeah. We're really crying out for sponsors, aren't we? We're coming crawling to them.
Yeah. So, as Scott says, tweet your pictures of anything that you've been making that's fun or interesting or that you've just really enjoyed. People have been taking pictures of their food, right?
Yeah. That's still a thing. People still do that.
Vicky's probably going to pop that in the chat for us. Thanks so much, Vicky, for monitoring and checking up and keeping our chatters happy. Anything fun from the chat, generally?
Yeah.
You're not doing that?
I've chatted a little bit.
Okay, great.
This is where something this is where I'd be subtly changing.
I was just curious to know what people are up to.
This apparently we're drinking too slowly.
Oh, really?
King
Okay.
T34 says those wines are going down too slowly. We've got a couple of bottles of prosecco to get through, and you're gonna see every drop.
That's right. Okay.
These aren't prosecco glasses. Please be kind.
You get more in this glass, though.
Get more in. Now for a seamless transition into
A segment we like to call Connor's Wild Animals.
Connor's Wild World.
Connor's Wild World. I really should have checked this before it went live. Oh no, Ross has corrected me, and rightly so, because actually what we need to find out from at home is what the weather is like currently.
Oh, of course.
Of course. So we're going to go live to Beth and Luke, who are going to give us a weather report. Thanks, Beth and Luke. Guys?
Can you hear us?
Hey? Beth? Okay.
The feed's not working, but that's just a technical thing. I'm sure the weather can wait for for a little bit.
We'll come back to those
back.
guys later for that feed.
Great.
Now up for a segment that you couldn't have predicted, Connor's
Wild World.
Which
Antics Home Show.
The thing about befriending animals is that you've got to realise every single animal is valuable to this ecosystem, no matter how great or
What I'm about to show you is how to really connect with animals, really get to know them. Okay, Enya, sit.
You don't need to do as you're told. You don't need to be in a herd.
Roll over.
It is a truth acknowledged that a single man in the possession of a good fortune must be in want.
Speak.
It's a bunch of hecklers, aren't they? Shut up.
Lie down. Okay, Enya, that's really funny. Can you let me out? Enya, help me. Can you? Don't walk away. Oh, you are the worst.
So that's it. How to successfully immerse yourself in the animal kingdom. This is Connor Bailey signing off. Can someone please let me out of this cage?
Antics Home Show.
Connor's Wild World. Scott, I'd like a dog, please.
I don't think
This is a
now's
good
the
time to do
time.
it. No, but I would like a dog, please.
You
I
have
really want
mentioned-
a dog because I think dogs are the best. If I had a dog right now, it would come up to me and I'd say, "Oh my God, it's a dog!" And I'd go, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!" And the dog would go, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!" And I'd go, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!" And the dog would go, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!" And then I go, "Whoa!" And the dog would go, "It's too much, Roz. That's too much." Whoa, 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 whoa!
Why? Why would you enjoy that?
This is legitimately what happened when I had a dog.
You know what? I can believe you.
So that was Connor's Wild World. Amazing. Connor is lucky to live so close to the outside world. Sheep, other animals, like cows.
Connor's quite lucky in that he scarpered from the city during the lockdown and has.
Okay, don't
got-
drop him in it. Jesus, man.
What? He's lucky. He scarpered though.
Okay.
He scarpered and left us all.
We were looking at the chat whilst we were through videos. To catch up with you guys. Anna JLK or Anna JK. Love the fact that you said that you were just eating hot chocolate out of the pot. Spiritually, I'm with you right here.
We just ran out of ice cream today.
We just ran out of
a
ice
serious
cream.
crisis. It's not an essential trip though to do an ice cream run.
No.
Is it? Is it? I made a curry spicy enough to let me feel something for the first time since lockdown began.
Who said that?
Blue Boy 101.
Blue Boy 101. Oh.
How spicy was this curry?
Oh. On a level of 1 to 7? No, 10. 10's a
Who
good
does it?
scale.
Who does it? 1 to 7?
On a level of 1 to 10, Blue Boy, what would you rate that curry as?
Give us a Fahrenheit for it.
Scott's just looking through the chat.
Sorry,
now
I'm just
and
looking through
live
chat
as it
now.
goes. He's just really excited. Thank you for just engaging with us, having fun with us. We're going to drink down these wines and we're going to enjoy the next video, which I believe is...
The one and only Martin Pilgrim.
Antics Home Show.
Hello. How's it going? Good. I'm 28 years old, soon to be 29. It's funny, as you get older, your priorities start to change. Like back when I was 18, I spent all my time worrying that everyone else was having sex. Now that I'm 28, I spend all my time worrying that everyone else is having sex in houses that they own. Trying to stay in shape as I get older. It's hard though, right? Because the only sport that I enjoy is the French sport of boule. Do we know boule? If you don't know boule, it's like a cross between curling and bowls. It's played in parks by the elderly. It takes ages. And I love the fact that they called it boule, because boule just means ball. Imagine the confidence of inventing a sport that dull and long-winded and being like, yeah, this is probably going to be the main ball sport. Would you call it boule, save everyone some time? That's like discovering cauliflower and then calling it food. I'm in my late 20s, that makes me a millennial. That's the word people use about us. I don't like that term, right? Because for me, the word millennium has very negative connotations. And it's not just because of Robbie Williams. It's because of what happened to me on Millennium Eve, right? New Year's Eve 1999 was my 10th birthday. And having a birthday on New Year's Eve is great, as long as you don't mind spending the last 10 seconds of every birthday listening to your entire family and friends counting down to when it's not your birthday anymore. But that year, I really wanted to do something for my 10th birthday, but everything was closed because it was the millennium, and all my friends were busy, they had family parties. So my parents drove me to the only place that was open that night, which was a McDonald's drive-through, about half an hour from my house. And we got McDonald's, and we ate it in a bus shelter on Weymouth seafront, watching the fireworks from across the bay, heralding the dawn of a new millennium. Me sitting in the corner shivering, eating the world's most ironically named Happy Meal, praying to God that the free toy would be human-shaped so I could say there were more people at my birthday party. Ending the night rushing home so that my dad could stay up with a cricket bat just in case the VCR tried to murder us at midnight. Millennium bug joke. Not many comedians still doing those in 2018. No, but I think it says a lot about how our relationship with computers has changed, right? Like 18 years ago, we were like, silly computers might get confused and think they haven't been invented yet. Now we're like, silly computers might rig a string of elections and accidentally start a nuclear war. Like back then, if we thought computers were going to get confused and think that it was the year 1900, we were scornful. Now, if computers told us that it was 1900, we'd be like, as you wish, sir. Back up the chimney, kids. The computers have spoken. I wasn't always 28. It's true, for a while I was 21. And back when I was 21, I lived in Spain for a year. I was studying Spanish at university at the time, and I went over there to improve my Spanish. Because I don't know if you know this about Spain, but over there, Spanish is all the rage. They absolutely love it. They love Spanish so much in Spain that they named their country after it. First thing I had to do in Spain was find somewhere to live. You might have heard the Spanish expression, mi casa es su casa. Turns out that is not legally binding. You do have to pay for your casa. So I went flat hunting. Right, the first place I looked at, it was going very well. The landlord was showing me around. And then I opened a door that I should not have opened. And behind that door was a room full of apples. Not apples in boxes. Loose. Best way to describe it is, you know the elevator scene in The Shining? Where the lift door opens and all the blood spills out. It was like that, except instead of blood, it was apples. And instead of Jack Nicholson, it was even more apples. The landlord saw what I was doing and he ran over and he slammed the door. And he looked me right in the eye and he said, "Never go in the apple room." Again. And he said it in a way that implied, if you ever touch my apples, I will break every bone in your tiny English body. And no one will come to help you because I've got enough apples to keep away every single doctor in Spain. I didn't move into the Apple house. I moved into the next place that I looked at, which I ended up sharing with a Spanish girl called Alba. Now, Alba was about 5 years older than me. She had a pink mohawk. She had 2 pet rats. And she had a tattoo on her shoulder of a pair of scissors and a dildo. And they were crossed like a coat of arms. Like she came from a long family line of people who like doing 2 things. Cutting stuff and fucking stuff. Alba had 2 jobs. She was a hairdresser and she was also a drug dealer. Now, there are 2 types of drug dealer in the world. There are those who treat it like a business, behave professionally. And then there's the second group, which is people who got into selling drugs because one time they bought too many drugs. Alba was definitely in that group. I lived with her for about 3 months. I went home for Christmas that year. I came back in January, and I found out that she'd burned down my kitchen and then run away. She just fled. And in the midst of the charred wreckage of my kitchen, I found a note from Alba that said, "Dear Martin, I don't mean to nag, but can you please do your washing up? You're not the only person who lives here. And that note was not burned in the slightest, suggesting that she wrote it after the fire. Like, she burned down my kitchen and then was like, well, I've done my share of the housework. Nothing more cleansing than fire. I can't believe she left a note. I think I might have met the world's only passive-aggressive arsonist. Calling the fire brigade, are we? I'm surprised your phone works since you never text me back. Better tell them the fire spread to the pavement. You might not have heard of it. It's where some people put the bins out every week. Actually, this isn't my first fire. I start fires all the time, which you'd know if you ever asked me about my day. I'm going to go. I'll leave you with this. I went to primary school in the countryside. And in the middle of our playground, we had a big pile of earth called the mound. And every lunchtime, all the boys would climb to the top of it. And we would chant, "Boys on the mound. No girls allowed." And all the girls were like, "We don't want to go on the mound." It's literally made of dirt. And then we were like, "Boys on the mound. No girls allowed." A couple of years ago, I got sick of going on bad dates. And I decided that I was going to quit dating. And I was really annoying and smug about it. Like, I started announcing it to women. Like, "Sorry, ladies, I am off the market. You will never have the chance to date me again." And all the ladies were like, "We don't want to date you. You're literally made of dirt." And I was like, "Boys on the mound." Thank you.
Antics Home Show.
Okay. Sorry, distracted because Scott was coughing. Not coughing, he was clearing his throat. There's got to be
Now
again,
everyone
not
knows
coughing.
about it. Now everyone knows about it.
Sorry, Scott.
Thank you so much for your chat. It's illuminating. Please do keep sending us tweets of your recipes and food.
Let's try and keep the Scott's Tiny W hashtag trending.
Let's not keep that. I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to sit here, and there we go. And then we can forget about it.
Just gonna move that in a little bit. Just put it next to the B so that it's even.
I've been getting into vegetarianism recently. Well, ever since I met Roz, because she has been a vegetarian since.
I was about 7 years old.
She was doing it before it was cool. And
you know why I'm vegetarian?
Yeah.
I have told you this. Do you know why? This is a good Mr. and Mrs. situation. Scott, do you know why?
You were walking with your mother down a high street, and you saw we went past a butcher's, and there were some sausages, and your sister said they were pigs' penises.
Not just my sister. My brother told me that if I was eating a sausage, my sister and brother said that I was eating Babe's wiener at 7 years old. That is just
Babe's wieners.
That's just mean.
It's so much more. Okay.
Because that film anthropomorphizes the animals, which is in one mindset, and then the other. It was distressing. So it wasn't fun. It wasn't like the whole reason I'm vegetarian, but it was a very big factor of my vegetarianism. Sorry, derailed there.
Difficult to watch Babe ever again, isn't it? No.
Actually, I really enjoy Babe. It's a great film.
Have you watched Babe to Pig in the City?
No, I have not. Have you? Great review there.
Great review. So I like vegetarian food. There's lots of exciting things out there, but one thing that I particularly hate is corn Scotch eggs. I love the product, but as this video shows, there's something wrong with it.
Antics Home Show.
Okay. Come on. Come on. No. You're joking. Ah! Oh no! No! Oh
Please. What are these? Please. Just.
Why can't vegetarians do this?
Antics Home Show.
Yeah, I can get on board with that. It's really, really annoying.
Everyone agrees with me as well online.
If anyone would like to, afterwards, we might post a video up. And I think if everyone basically sends this video to Quorn, courtesy of Scott, and says, please fix this problem, then together we can unite.
We could do something.
Fix this
issue that is bothering a very small percentage of the population.
It's a big issue. Like,
is it a big issue?
It's a little joy in my day, and it's being hampered by the packaging. Like everything else is fine.
Yeah, but you always get into it. It's just that you're impatient with your food. That just teaches you to be a bit more calm and relaxed, and then you have to wait so you can cut it. Okay, I'm sorry. You can have whatever you want.
Thank you. You can have a dog.
Can I have a dog?
You can have a dog.
Is this because the chat was telling you where's my dog?
You can have the dog.
So you're saying that, but how is this actually going to happen?
I'm not putting a time on you, right? But it will happen. I'll get you a dog. I'll get you 10 dogs.
I don't want 10 dogs. 10 dogs is just too many dogs. It's an excessive amount of dogs. I just want one dog.
I might as well bulk buy, right?
Yeah, but you can't bulk buy dogs.
I'll buy a pallet of dogs.
That's just a lit. That sounds horrendous. I don't want you to buy me a pallet of dogs. The kind of company that company. I don't think dogs come from companies, do they?
Sure, it's an aisle in Sainsbury's.
Yeah, you walk down the dog aisle. Why?
Yeah.
Well, the Antics puppy aisle. Oh, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? An Antics puppy aisle. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
I can imagine. Yeah, it would be great.
Also had some great chat about my slippers. Thanks. Oh no, I've got embarrassing hole in my. Now I remember why I'm wearing the slippers. Just to answer your question, there, Connor.
This whole show is just looking up the magician's sleeve, isn't it?
This is in the olden days. This would have been tantamount to disgracing a woman's honor. You dishonored me, sir. I will take my glove off and slap you with it later.
I'll buy you 20 dogs.
Again, I don't want 20 dogs. So now that we moved really far away from the corn egg segment, eggs, eh?
Egmond, can you make me a cup of tea? Oh my gosh, Egmond? You've given me a tea and a croissant? Oh, Egmond, you're such a good egg. Hey, Eggwood, I don't suppose you can make me a cup of...
Antics Home Show.
Didn't know that. Very good. How you treat a bad egg and a good egg.
This you see, the one show and the home show are informative, and I like to think we've been informative tonight.
No one was asking these questions, but now you have these answers, and that is what we aim to do with this show. The answers to the questions no one wanted to know.
There must be a more concise way of saying that. Let us know in the chat.
I actually really like that one Connor did there. Great job, Connor. It reminded me a lot of like that. What's the sketch from? The Big Breakfast sketch from
Morecambe and Wise.
Morecambe and Wise, yeah, which I always love. So aiming to get closer to Morecambe and Wise. That's a pretty good aim in life, isn't it?
This just in, Roz, we've got Luke and Beth back.
What?
I think they can give us the weather.
Can we go live to them?
Yes. Luke and Beth.
Guys?
Weather.
Seriously, guys, we need you to come live now.
She's found something.
Oh. No, it's okay. It's really
I don't
hear
think they can hear us.
it. Okay, I told you we shouldn't have put them on. They're going to really tell me off for that one.
They wanted to go low. The weather can wait.
The weather can wait. We'll come back to those guys later. We'll get them. We will. Check in with Beth and Luke for that all-important weather report later on today.
As promised, Fun Roz will be making a return after the next segment.
Yeah.
And for that, we're going to need a suggestion from you to find out what she'll be doing her 10-minute craft on.
So I'm thinking maybe something based around, well, I think it's National Fitness Day, actually. So maybe some suggestions of crafts based around fitness would be really good. So have a think about that. And to get us in the mood for that, we've actually got a really fun fitness.
I'll do it. We've got a really fun fitness section.
It's actually a hard word to say.
It is a hard word to say. Fitness section with Vicky.
Antics Home Show.
Today is May the 2nd, which is National Fitness Day if you're American. I've been to America once and I love hot dogs, so that makes me American. I also own a Fitbit, which makes me fit. But just how fit am I? I decided to do some research into fitness. Fitness was first invented by Joe Wicks about 2 months ago and is now really popular. So from what I can see, the key to being really fit is to broadcast your exercise to everyone you know. This can be through a post-workout selfie on Instagram or recording your run on Strava. It's also really important to think about what you're going to be wearing when you do your exercise, as this could lead to sponsorship deals. The dictionary definition of fitness is a state of health and well-being and, more specifically, the ability to perform aspects of sports, occupations and daily activities. But let's talk to an expert. I've gone to see Dr. Wilson, a professor in fit studies at Bristol University. I've got a Fitbit. Have I got what it takes to be really fit?
Well, that really depends. Cardiorespiratory fitness can be measured with VO2 max, which is a measure of oxygen and how it's taken up, absorbed into the body.
He was starting to use some really complicated terminology, so I zoned out and thought about Joe Wicks. I'm going to be doing some fitness training later. What do you think I should wear? I'm here with Mac, one of the country's top personal trainers who's going to put me through my paces. Now Mac, I'm pretty fit already as you can see, but just how fit am I? Maybe I'm athletic level?
Probably not.
Right. Well, I'm ready when you are.
Okay, right, so I need you to channel your inner T-Rex just without the tiny little arms. Right, so step, and lunge to the side, lunge to the other side, crouch forward, keeping both legs straight, that's it, and then down to the plank. Come on, abs of steel, here we go, maintain, let's keep it up, let's go, push through, and feet to your hands, and jump up, jump up, you're a kangaroo, you're a gazelle in the savannah, that's it, okay, up, and here we go, and punch, cross, roundhouse, duck, uppercut, and then grab your boulder. I'm going to grab your boulder and you're going to lift it above your head and you're going to throw it into the sea.
Okay, that's enough, Mac.
Right, okay, sure.
Right,
quick break.
Just quick break.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. As you can see, I'm now completely fit.
Not really.
What a joker. Anyway, back to you in the studio.
Antics Home Show.
Thank you, Vicky. That was inspiring, and I feel like I've learnt a lot. So I think for real this time, we have access to Beth and Luke with the weather. and I think they're live now. Let's see if we can patch ourselves through. Hi. Hi.
Hi. Hello.
Hello. What's the weather?
Hello.
The weather.
What's the weather?
Beth, what's the weather like?
I will go and see what the weather is like.
No.
Wait.
Okay, no.
Okay. I'm gonna go
Okay.
and see what the weather is like.
What the what were they doing?
Oh, they got sit directly in front of me.
The weather is very dark, getting dark, and it is slightly cloudy, and it's very close. The weather is close.
Getting dark isn't the weather.
Getting dark isn't the weather.
Back to the studio.
Oh, God, sorry, it was so stressful. Oh.
That was what's the opposite of illuminating?
Getting dark.
Getting dark. It's getting dark. I mean, that must be in the back pocket of every weatherman, right? Well, we've had. You're welcome. Why
wasn't Luke wearing pants?
I thought we could glaze over that. We could glaze over weather. So, Fun Roz is about to hit your screens, and I think there's a little video of her that's going to happen now. So, we've had quite a few suggestions, but before I do, I need to revolve the studio. So just hold that thought, and let's see if we can find Fun Roz. There she is.
I asked you not to do the stinger, but you did it anyway, didn't you?
I spent an embarrassing amount of time making that.
Couldn't even afford the proper Art Attack music. Just had to use whatever we could find. Hi, I'm Fun Roz. Welcome to my crafting corner. So you guys have been putting some suggestions down of what do we have for fitness type crafts that I could be making. Scott, what do we have from the chat?
Oh, we've got quite a bit.
Yeah.
Be
a bit faster this time.
Right. I'm gonna lay them out, and you just pick what you want, and I'll take that into consideration.
Okay.
Okay.
Completely lying.
20 dog collars. CB, a treadmill. Blue Boy 101, a mini Tracy Island.
That's not fitness. I love that suggestion, but how is that fitness related?
A high quality multi gym which fits right in your home.
Yeah, that's
from Blue Boy 101. A replica of a gym on Venice Beach, California, from CB Lake. A gym for the mind.
Like a library.
To make an entire library, yeah.
Okay.
What else have we got?
I don't know, but I love you guys' suggestions. This is amazing. I don't know what you think I'm going to make from. I don't know if you tuned in last time and saw what I made. But limit your expectations.
Ooh, this is a good one.
Tracy Islands.
This is another good one. Crafted dog from Solias.
Ooh, crafted dog.
We have been talking about dogs a lot.
We have. I guess walking a dog, that's kind of fitness related, isn't it? I like that one.
Yeah, should we
What,
do walking a dog?
I don't know. We're here now. We're challenging me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got stuff on the table. I've got a glue gun this time. Not actually plugged in yet, but I can plug it in. Let's do this.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah. Or you can mix them together like you did last time. For the uber fun. Crafting knife.
Someone said
More colours this
the
time.
Thunderbirds and
Did I rag too hard on the Thunderbirds?
yeah, let's do walking a dog. I think that's going to be challenging and interesting.
Okay. Right, let's start this craft then. Walking a dog. Okay. Well, I've got my trusty loo roll, which, as we know, is a staple to any crafter. These you can just keep in your own home when you finish a toilet roll. I'm going to give that a little chop up because it's actually easier to work with loo rolls that are cut in half.
I think I like this clarification on this. Craft the act. We want to see the act of walking a dog.
Do you want to see the person actually walking the dog with
Yeah, I think a person involved in this would be nice.
All right.
You do have 9 minutes now, so
I feel like I'm more prepared this time. I'm going to do better this time.
don't forget to keep drinking.
Yeah, good point. So I've got my wine, which is your most important item when you're crafting something from like fresh, I guess. As you can see here, I've got toilet rolls that I've now chopped into 4. I don't know if you can tell what this is going to be yet. I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Is it a palette of dogs?
No, because that's so distressing and I don't like that. Well, actually, or maybe should I use this? Oh my God, can you plug my glue gun in?
You actually using the glue gun? I thought it was just a prop.
No, plug my glue gun in.
Okay.
See behind the camera, guys. It's there, look. Oh no, it is plugged in.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's not plugged in. Okay.
Seeing behind the magician's sleeve. Is that a phrase?
Behind the magician's sleeve.
Inside the magician's sleeve. I swear it's a phrase.
I don't know about that stuff. What is the phrase? Is there a phrase about magicians?
Chat, let us know.
Anyone let us know at home? I've got to wait for that to heat up, actually, because that's how glue guns work. So whilst I do that, I'm going to figure out. Okay, so I've got a champagne cork. Figures where I got that one from. I think this might make a good nose, so I'm going to give that a little paint up, maybe, actually. So I've got my washable paint again. Are you looking at the chat to see how people do?
Yeah.
I'd like to have a little chat.
Behind the wizard's curtain.
Behind the wizard's curtain? Oh, I like that.
Under the sleeve.
What's the one from Wizard of Oz? What's he doing there? Is that the curtain? Is that a curtain?
No, you get Wizard of Oz gets. Oh no, the Wicked Witch get.
No, it's like he's a guy with a big head, and he's like behind some curtain, and he's like, "I am the Oz, the great and powerful." And once again, making an orange, which is my favorite color.
Up the sleeve does seem like the. I think I said that earlier, but.
Up the sleeve.
Yeah.
Okay.
Behind the curtain is Wizard of the Oz. Wizard of the Oz? Wizard of Oz. The Prosecco is not affecting me.
Someone can't hold their alcohol. Okay.
Doesn't someone... Who gets crushed by a house? East?
The Wicked Witch of the West. No, East. You're right, East.
Talk us through what you're doing, Rose.
So I'm painting the dog's nose. Oh no. I'm painting the dog's nose up with some orange because I'm feeling like a kind of Rudolph feeling.
Oh yeah, the May Christmas.
Yeah, and now have Rudolph the red-nosed dog. So I don't know if you can see already. It's kind of coming together.
Can't really, actually. I'm just going to get a little bit closer.
Please do move in. So I need to wait for my glue gun to pick up. In the meantime, I might just use some tape, actually, to tape it together. I'm going to tape these legs together. So this is the sort of craft that you can do to inspire your friends and family to get fitter. Buy you a dog. I can't find the end of the tape. You know what a smart person would have done? They would have figured this out before they went live. And
this is entertaining, though. I often find this more entertaining to be watching than doing.
I hope this is entertaining. What, really?
Yeah, this
Not
is
that into crafting.
well, finding the end of sellotape particularly.
Yeah.
So you're connecting all these legs together. They're going to be legs, I'm assuming.
Yeah, they are only legs. Yeah. Yeah. I don't often. So it's weird because I don't really like wrapping presents, as you know. I'm notoriously bad at gift wrapping at Christmas time. In fact, Scott does a lot of my gift wrapping for me. Sorry, family at home who are watching this, who that is a surprise to.
You're welcome.
That's also why it's.
You'd think for doing all the present wrapping duties, I'd get a bigger W, but
Look, sometimes you can't help with the size of your W, okay? It's not about the size anyway, Scott. W is how it goes.
so this is a very stubby dog, or is the dog going to be massive? Because
How dare you?
I'm just going to get a little bit closer for everyone to see at home. This is going to be a sausage dog or a very fat dog.
So the first thing I'm doing, because I'm waiting for the glue gun to heat up, really should have put it on beforehand, is creating the leg structure. Oh no, that one's not hit that. Okay, so I'm going to stick this to the top of the dog. Any questions? Anyone, anything they'd like to?
Yeah, let's see what the chat's doing. Scott's tiny W has reappeared.
Yeah.
Scott's stubby W. That's a horrific. That's horrific.
You know what? It's your fault for bringing up this tiny W.
Rudolph would be a great name for your actual dog.
Ooh.
Rudolph could be the new Fenton, says CONOR'S McWheel.
Oh, I like that. So my dog was actually called Phoebe, and that's because my family has this thing for Shakespeare. So when we came to name the dog, we had to go through what Shakespearean characters we wanted, based on the fact that we actually already had Hamlet as a hamster.
Sorry, can I just pause you there? When does the glue gun happen?
You know what? I had to give up on the glue gun, Scott. I had to give up on the glue gun. I was telling you a delightful story about my. Okay, I realised I hadn't really got massive amounts of time, so I had to abandon the glue gun, which sounded like it was going to be a really exciting.
So you've got 3 minutes. I'd say
3 minutes.
I say you've got a passable dog. You don't have the act of walking it yet.
Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, 3 minutes. Oh my god, this goes so quick.
It's because you're talking too much about backstory and not enough action.
Wow. Wow. That's not going to happen, is it? Ah! Okay.
I don't think this dog can ever walk again, given the size of his legs.
Shut it, you. I'm trying. Oh, I wanted to do so much better this time. I said to you before we went on this segment that I was going to do better. I'm still not doing better. Okay.
People want you to finish. Caitlin Out wants you to finish your Shakespeare naming ritual story.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Caitlin Out. So we had several pets when I was growing up because my family liked Shakespeare so much. So notable among those pets were Cleopatra, the cat. Cleopatra, the cat, that was. We had Hamlet, a hamster. I think that might be it, actually. Oh, and Phoebe, the dog. We didn't have that many pets, but my siblings are all named after famous Shakespearean characters, as myself is as well. Points if anyone knows what my Shakespearean play is. If anyone out there knows their Shakespeare shit. In fact, Blue Boy, I know that you should know this one.
We've had quite a lot of As You Like It.
Very good.
Some have said as You Like It with an exclamation mark, which I like to think Shakespeare named all his plays.
As You Like It.
Macbeth!
Well, you know, back in those days, marketing was very hard, so they had to they had to I'm sorry, I'm distracted. They had to yell out, like walk out into the streets and just yell out the names of players.
You'll be pleased to know Kath Burridge says your current model has a rating of 7 out of 7.
Ooh, a very good score, a very good rating. Thank you. 7 out of 7 being the classic standard of rating. As it goes. Thanks, Kath Burridge.
Roz, I'm not going to lie, your time has pretty much run
Are
out.
you kidding me? Okay, hang on, because I literally just need to make the head. Let me just make the head. And
I mean, I think that thing might be able to stand up. I don't know.
Just 2 seconds. I promise you, just 2 seconds.
When does the nose come in? Because you painted that really early on, but it's just sort of sat there.
Oh, the glue gun's working.
Oh, the glue gun does work.
If you got my face in this, I'm panicking. Ah! Just got the glue gun all over. Okay, there you go. Okay.
Give us that panicked expression again one more time. Yeah, that's the fun. Okay, so you have finished your craft.
So
I think for the benefit of everyone, I think you should do a quick explanation of what you've done and how easy it's done and why a child should make this.
So you're trying to convince your family that you are responsible enough to own a dog, okay? And you want to let them know that you're going to walk them every day. So you're going to make a diagram. No, what's it called?
Diorama?
Diorama of your dog walking experience. So first of all, you go to get yourself a dog and you buy the most massive and extreme dog you can without a face. And then you yourself walk alongside them and there's like this is the so this is the dog walking experience. See, and this is actually quite like a nice piece of puppetry that you can do for your family at home. So
why is the human so much smaller than the dog?
I don't know, Scott, why is your W so much smaller?
Okay, shall we move on to the next segment before we talk about my W any longer?
So yeah, I'm actually more pleased with this one than I was with the last one. I think it's less distressing. I'm going to put him on to ride the dog.
Just let go of him.
No. So whilst I'm fixing this man to the dog, you guys at home can enjoy some of our best sketches and our sketch segment from Up the Antics. So these are some of our favourite sketches. Hope you enjoy them.
Antics Home Show.
Okay, so passports, check. Boarding passes, check. Tickets, check. Sun cream, check. Sorry, I'm really stressed. We've got everything. I'm ready to go on holiday, okay? Great. Let's go. Oh, honey, sorry, just quick note. You've written off to Tahiti for 2 weeks on the calendar here. Well, yes, because we are off to Tahiti for 2 weeks. What if a burglar saw that? Then they'll know we're very organised. Let's go. Honey, what if a burglar saw that, breaks in, knows that we're not here for 2 weeks, makes themselves at home, steals all of our things? Well, darling, if a burglar's managed to break in, disable the alarm, and steal all our things, I think they're more than welcome to make themselves at home. I'll change. There. How about that? Off to Tahiti for 2 weeks, or are we? Sure, mystery's going to deter a burglar. Here, let me go. All right, let's fix it. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Not off to Tahiti for 2 weeks, back at regular intervals after working out at the gym. Darling, that's not representative of our daily lives. They're going to know that we're not gym goers. I have a membership. I'm so sorry. It's okay. Sorry. I'll fix it. Okay. 2-2. Okay. Oh no, I've got it. Okay, simple. We're behind you. No, darling, no. Look what we've done. We scribbled all over the calendar now. They're going to know that we've panicked, that we have gone on holiday, and they're going to come in, they're going to break in, they're going to, no, we can't go on holiday. We can't go on holiday. We can't. Calm down. It's fine. We can think of a solution to this, okay? Sorry, just get really stressed. I know. Don't worry. Okay. What if we just take the calendar on holiday with us? Well, that is why I married you.
Oh shit, mate!
What?
There's no calendar!
Let's get the
Swipe left. Swipe left. Swipe right. Swipe left. Ugh, gross. Swipe left. You wish. Swipe left.
So we've had complaints of you molesting passers-by.
Boring. Swipe left.
Do you yearn for more in your pathetic little lives? Ever since the incident at the Death Star, we've been hiring for our new apprenticeship scheme. You'll learn invaluable life skills, like force choke, force push, force pull.
Emperor, come back to bed.
Give me 5 minutes. And of course, force laughter.
And so I said to her, the prequels were actually my favourite.
Good one, Tim. For only $29.99, you can join our elite group of youngling killers. I mean, young professionals. I know what you're thinking. Sounds too good to be true. Well, don't fear. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to the Dark Side Apprenticeship Scheme. Call today on 456 123 7 Rogue One 8 Solo, A Star Wars Story 9 They'll Never Let Me Die. Don't just think about applying, do it.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
Oh, looks like it's just a plane now.
I know you've had a hard ordeal, Mrs. Jones, but any information you can recall, anything at all, will really help us to nail this guy. So, you were in the bank when he came in, yeah?
Yes, right at the front.
Great, you reached the cashier. Did you get a good look at his face at all? Because if you did, well, our sketch composite artist, Cartwright here, he'll be able to mock up the picture.
Yes, well, he wasn't wearing a balaclava or anything, so I could see everything, though not everything I wanted to.
Right, well, anything you can recall, anything at all would really help.
Yes, right. Well, he must have been about 6'1" at least. He had this sort of tense, nubile body, a sort of exuded power, and this broad, muscular torso. Everything about him seemed so taut and well maintained. I didn't get a great look at his buttocks, but one can only assume that they were like two juicy mangoes, nestled in a pair of tight, white Calvin Klein boxers.
Don't you feel we need to speculate there, Mrs. Jones? We're only really interested in the hard facts of the case, like what colour were his eyes, for instance?
Oh God, his eyes! Such a gentle warmth about them. The perfect counterpoint to the raw strength of his physique. They were the sort of eyes you could bathe in for a day and not get wrinkly.
What would you call that, like a sort of green or?
Oh God, yes, green! Like a spring meadow, bursting with all the wonder and promise of life.
Just put down green. Put down green.
Any distinguishing marks, features, scars, anything like that?
Oh God, yes, his eyebrows! The most expressive eyebrows I've ever seen in my entire life! Oh God. I'd like to sleep with that man.
Yeah, well, thank you for that. That was great. Cartwright, did you pull up anything from that at all?
Yes, did he look anything like this?
Oh God, yes, that's him. That's the man of my dreams. Channing Tatum. Now would you two excuse me? I need some alone time. With Channing.
It's the third Channing Tatum burglary that we've had this month.
But he's starting to build a pattern. I think he's becoming predictable.
Oh yeah, Cartwright. What's he going to steal next?
My heart?
Sarge, we've got Channing Tatum outside. He wants to press charges against a horny grandma.
Right. Send him in. Someone's finally going to nail that guy.
Antics Home Show.
Welcome back after watching some of our sketches this time. We went through our archives and we picked out some of our favourite sketches. I hope you enjoyed those. So Scott has just very craftily jumped up and put all of our tweets that we've had in onto the TV for me here. So we're going to be going through some of your tweets because of the segment we asked you earlier. Gosh, I really have done too much at this point, Scott. Moving swiftly on, before we jump right into that, the first thing we should do is just acknowledge that I really did nail this craft. I've now finished it. I took a 2 seconds longer to finish it.
That's it finished?
This is it finished, yeah. So that's the man riding the dog on the top there. I don't know if you can see that. I'm moving it in. There's the nose that I spent so long painting.
But to honour the audience, it'd have to be walking the dog, not taking the dog for a ride.
I like to interpret dog walking in my own way, and I didn't drop it this week. So points for me, Scott, points for me. So thank you so much at home. You've been sending in your pictures to us via Twitter, and I haven't seen any of these yet, so I'm very excited. So we've got Tolly Mags saying, we made a pizza. And he says, I put on too many herbs, but at the same time, not enough. Too true, too true. What herbs?
What quite type of herbs was he missing?
Tolly, because that looks like a lot of herbs there. Is that oregano? Or is it oregano? I don't know. Oregano might be the Americanism for it.
I'd say oregano.
Would you?
Yeah. The fun thing about this is that no one can correct our pronunciation.
Well, they will on the chat, but we won't see it until later. So for right now, we're safe. Tolly, this pizza looks incredible. I hope this was homemade. It looks like it was. It looks like it's made from scratch. That dough looks like homemade. I love that.
That is effort. That is effort.
I like that you've taken a chunk out of it before you took the picture as well. Which is it's just too good. Too good. You ate it before you were like, actually, this is such a good pizza, I better take a picture.
There's some consensus online that to go back to your craft, that you've created a train.
A train?
Not a dog.
A train?
I kind of agree with this consensus.
That then. It's not a train. It's quite clearly a dog.
Stop. You can take it closer, but it's blurry. It's just.
Okay. Yeah. That's how cameras work.
It's a man on a train.
But you admitted there's a man or a woman on a.
Let's go back to the competition. So the pizza's impressive.
Yeah.
Like not very few people make them from scratch.
I like the cheese on that one. Good level of cheese, Holly. Good level of cheese.
Lovely. Do you want to see submission 2?
I'd like to see some more, please. Yes.
Um.
So we've got Victoria Canfield there. Here's my take on Joe Wicks's Med Tart. So Vicky, as we know, is a big fan of Joe Wicks, having watched that with you. This looks great. This looks really, really good, Vicky. High five. 7 out of 7. This is a really good pizza. Oh wait, what is it? Tart. This is a really good tart. Is that like puff pastry?
I don't think it's puff.
Really?
Yeah, I know a puff when I see one.
Well, I don't know. I'm very impressed with this. What kind of cheese is that?
It was meant to be puff, says Vicky.
Okay. But is it goat's cheese? Because I don't like goat's cheese. I hope it's not goat's cheese. Maybe ricotta? Ricotta's a good cheese.
Ricotta's an excellent cheese. Let's move on to submission 3.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like this one.
This is from Luke.
To give them a participation badge. Okay, this is Luke. This is picture of the part of the... Wait, sorry. Picture of the part of the feeling-inducing curry I kept for later. This is very blurry.
I'm not going to lie, this is probably the most low-res submission we've had.
This is looking... I mean, I'm sure it tasted amazing, but the look of it is... it's not the Instagram.
If you saw that picture on the menu,
would I
buy this? You'd vomit a similar colour.
So imagine the scenario, right? I walk into the local curry house and they're like, "Oh, we've got a special on tonight," and they hand me the menu and it's this one. I think I'd say, "Oh, thank you," but I think I'll just go for the boom like I always do. Okay. They don't know me. Philip Roger, very nice. At the Antics, I cooked some onion. It was good. Is this just onion, Philip?
I think it's just an onion.
Is this caramelized onion? Because oh my gosh, you've got my heart on this one. I love a caramelized onion. It does look like a bowl full of worms from this perspective, though. Have you ever seen is it the Twits when they make them eat the worms? This is the imagery I'm getting. However, I am very excited by the idea of caramelized onions. So you kind of got me there. Is that looks like 3 different types of onion as well? Is that white onion, red onion? Actually, that's just 2, isn't it? maybe shallots in there as well. I don't know. Scott, have we got another one? Just great job, but it is just onions. I can't talk too long.
That's your lot, Roz.
Is it? Okay.
Hang on, I'll just check the Antics Twitter feed.
This is some incredible submissions, guys. I'm just blown away.
So you got four unthinkable choices for your badge.
I love this effort.
so option 1,
Ooh.
a pizza with too many herbs, and at the same time not enough.
I love pizza.
A Joe Wicks med tart with a mystery cheese. Hang on, no, it is ricotta.
Oh yes.
A ricotta cheese, well spotted, Roz. A low res something. We think it's curry.
Oh come on,
No, it's curry, but
looks like some cauliflower in there.
I think it's chicken.
Is it chicken? I don't know. I'm vegetarian. As established.
And something that is just 2 types of onion, apparently.
Oh. Okay. Are we picking a winner? Because I just feel really bad because they're all great. I think they all deserve a participation.
Blue Boy 101 says, I wasn't aware that the food would be judged on the quality of our photography. I thought it would be judged by the flavour. Which...
I can't taste it though, Blue Boy. I can't taste it. So all I have to look at, and you eat with your eyes first. That's what I learned from every cooking school that I've ever been to, of which there are none. But I have looked at many YouTube clips, and they always say eat with your eyes first. So, sorry about that.
Roz, I've got to press you for who's going to get the badge.
Oh, why am I making the decision? I'm the bad parent here. I'm the bad one. I'm the mean person.
I'm the cool parent. Hey Roz, have you noticed that there is no W anymore?
Yeah, Scott got rid of the W because he was feeling self-conscious about the tiny W.
There is no W.
You know what you did is you drew attention to it though, and no one probably noticed at home. Oh, I love this. I love this pizza. I love pizza. I think I'm gonna have to give it the onions though. I'm afraid I like
onions.
The simplicity of the onions.
Good grief. Okay, so
Philip Roger,
MCAT, wins the first ever Antics Home Show participation badge.
You won a participation badge.
DM us for details. Thank you so much, everyone, for submitting.
Are you joining us again, Scott, or are you sitting out in lieu of one of them?
No, I can join. I'm just going to do some
Just
subtle framing while you sort of vamp.
Oh, I'm vamping. I'm just actually mentioning what you're doing on the screen. Thank you so much for sending your pictures in, guys. Thanks for all your chats. Thanks for being on my side on the dog argument. I'm not happy about the fact that you were calling this a train because it's very clearly a dog. But no one's getting this week, so I'm just going to keep it to myself because I'm selfish. In fact, I'm going to put it here where the W was.
In lieu of an actual dog.
But we had a great time. We hope you have too. Scott's finished his Prosecco. I'm almost done. Hang on, actually, I'll finish this one and we'll finish the show. Right, 3, 2, 1.
Down it. Down. She downed it. Woo! Thank you all for tuning in. It's really great to keep the Bristol Improv Theatre alive in this weird time.
Yeah, we have put on this show tonight, and the streams are, I don't know, a fun but intense place to be. So if you like the show, please give us a little bit of money, because that would super help with the Bristol Improv Theatre, with everyone that we've been working with tonight. Amazing Ross behind the scenes. So we think, yeah, if you could just give us any money, probably about a tenner would be good. Because I'm not good at asking for money, Scott. And I'll send you the dog train. I forgot I'd moved. I'll send you the dog train if you give us the highest person's donation dog train.
It's quite hard to ask for money when you have this much Prosecco, isn't it? Thank you so much for watching. Seriously, it's been a treat. And I hope you've enjoyed the strange show we've given you.
And just quickly, next week we've got 2 amazing shows. We've got Tales of Adventure coming up, and then we have the Bristol Bad Film Club, who are doing a film quiz as well. So that's some really exciting stuff. So come back next week and check that out.
Thank you.